Gluten morning bread buddies, how are we doing? Welcome back to another vlog. What has been your peak of the week? Please let me know in the comments below. I say it every week, but I really love seeing what makes other people smile, like big or small. It's just such a lovely thing. I've got quite a major peak of the week to share with you guys. I've been keeping this under wraps for quite a long time now, and tomorrow is the day where it's finally going to happen, but I'm leaving my full-time job. It's such a wild thing to comprehend. If you've been here a while, you might know that I wanted to do a sabbatical at my work. I wanted to take a year off to really push my content creation, also do a bit of traveling. I've never really taken that time off to just travel, do things as I wanted to do, and I never really was fussed about doing it when I was younger. But now that I'm with Lawrence and he's such a good planner with going places, I just think that we'd have the most amazing time like traveling around. So I wanted to take a sabbatical to do that essentially. And after speaking with my manager in HR, we kind of just said like, almost like, what's the point? Ultimately, I love the company that I work for, and if everything was to go down, like go south, there's always something there for me. The CEO, Nick, he also said, you know, like the doors will always open. So instead of having like a year where I'm kind of not worried, but a year where it's in the back of my mind about having to go back to work or letting them know if I'd be returning. And my manager was like really blunt with me. He was like, I wouldn't have wanted you to return. I wanted you to proceed with what you were doing and ultimately say to us, I'm not going to be coming back after the year sabbatical. So we kind of just decided it's probably like the better thing for me to leave. It was all like, it was amicable. It's not like I was like being told to resign or anything, but it was just a really blunt, honest conversation because it wasn't a paid sabbatical. I think if it was a paid sabbatical, I'd obviously think different, but it was literally just a pause in my career. Yeah, we just decided let's do it. And I've been working my notice period, and it has been so wild to be, well, first of all, I've been hating keeping this from you guys because I connect so much with you all, and like to have conversations with you where people have been asking me, you know, would you ever give up your job? And I'm just there thinking, I have, but I can't tell you just yet because I didn't want to, well, I couldn't announce it. But yes, leaving my full-time job, it's really wild. And I think I've had a few people say to me, what does this mean for my content? And essentially, I don't really want my content to change too much. I want to put a little bit more love back into Instagram. I feel like that's the platform where I have just, it's become a little bit run of the mill, and I'd love to be able to just put my personality on there a little bit more, because here and on TikTok, you guys really see me for who I am, but I feel like on Instagram, it's such a polished platform. I would like to try and, obviously I'm never going to be able to change that, but I'd like to be able to change how my account is perceived to be a little bit more natural. And I find sharing on TikTok so much easier because when I do fridge raid meals, it's essentially like, this is what I have, this is what I'm going to cook with it, and it's not a final polished recipe. I'd be really interested to know from you guys, when you go on to, if you're an Instagram person, if you were to see content that's essentially like, I've got this, we're going to make this, and it not be a polished recipe, it be a basic, like, you can use this recipe, these are the rough measurements I used. Is that okay? Do you want to have a full detailed X amount of teaspoons of this and that kind of thing? Because I think that's where I always held back with Instagram, because that's not how I cook. I don't cook that way. And I know that's probably not the best thing when being a food content creator, because you need to be able to have recipes that translate. But I also want to show people that you can measure with your heart. You can learn the flavors that you want, and essentially like an X amount of teaspoon of this, X amount of teaspoon of this, a drizzle of this will always work. And yeah, cooking can come from the heart, not just from like exact measurements. Let me know what kind of content you would like to see, because I feel like I love my TikTok platform. I love here over on YouTube, and I would love to put a little bit more love into Instagram. So I'm kind of at your disposal now, guys. I'm doing this full time, and I'm going to also be able to take time to get my life back. I've been working like 6 a.m. until 11 p.m, pretty much 7 days a week for the past year to really push everything. So I'm really looking forward to being able to essentially put what was my full-time work hours into my content creation. So I have my evenings free. I'll be able to actually sit and have dinner with Lawrence, and we'll be able to like go on proper date nights again, and I'll be able to go back to the gym and read books, like all those little things that I always say this, that it's never that you don't have enough time, it's just a matter of priorities. And those things just weren't on the priority list whilst I was pushing my socials and connecting with you guys. So yeah, I have a lot more time to give to you guys. So let me know if there's anything you want to be seeing, any content stuff that you'd like to see more of or less of. Let me know, because this is a time where I can really start working stuff out and making sure that I'm producing content that's great for you guys and what you love. So tomorrow's my last day, which is just wild. It's really emotional actually, and I have said to them that, you know, it's not the last they're going to see of me. I'll hopefully come back to do various things. But what I'm going to do for them is, we've got a bake ready to go actually. There's a food content creator called Justine Snacks. I'll link her page and everything. And she baked all of her own wedding cakes. And one of the cakes that she did was a malted milk coconut cake. I actually had so many like coconut based things to use up from the barbecue dinner party that we did. So I thought, let's give that recipe a go. And I'm kind of like halfway through doing it. Hopefully I would have posted the TikTok of it by the time that this is live. If it has, I'll put a preview here. If it's not, head over to TikTok and it'll be like live very soon. And I'm also going to do a little smaller one for the security team that are downstairs too, because they make my day whenever I go into the office, because there's a couple of them especially where they just have like the biggest smile on their faces, and it's just like so nice walking in there, like buzzing my pass. And like I say, like I'm not going to get emotional, I don't think, because I want to keep the relationship going. But I'm kind of in the middle of doing this cake here. What do I need to do? Justine did a curd in the middle of it. I think it was I can't remember what flavour she did. Maybe it's a mango. I think it was a mango curd. But I've got some lemon curd left over in the cupboard. So I thought we could layer this with a cream cheese frosting and lemon curd, and then pack loads of toasted coconut flakes around the edge, so it'll be like a really like beautiful cake like that. So we'll do that in a second. I'm just in the middle of baking some loaves. But also, what's happening this week, I'm going to be into the office tomorrow, and Lawrence and I are actually going to a butchery class tomorrow night. So it was actually a birthday present for him. We're going to be doing that, and it just worked out so nicely that I had my final day in the office. Then we're going to go do this butchery class together, and it's at a restaurant that we really love called Temple. We've been there for dinner before. Really great place, like add it to your list, centre of Soho, really great spot. So we're going to go for the butchery class tomorrow. I'll bring you along to that as well. And then we're staying over at the Hoxton. I've got a PR lunch that I'm going to bring you along to as well called, it's at Blacklock. Really great like chop restaurant, but they're bringing out a new pie, I think it is. It's actually quite a grey week this week, so it's quite a good time to do it. And then I'm seeing Cara again, who was another few vlogs ago, and we're going to an event together as well. So a few nice things that I'm going to bring you along to. I'm also just going to show you, so I would have brought you along for the whole week with loads of other stuff that we're doing, but on Friday I'm flying to Lisbon for one of my best friend's hen do's. So I'm going completely offline for it. I thought I'd show you some of the bits that I'm packing to take with me, because oh my gosh, packing for a hen, guys, stressful. I never realised how much white and cream I have in my wardrobe. So I've been trying desperately to come up with outfit combinations that are literally no white. I've got a pair of cream trousers, and I feel like I'm going to take them just in case, because they are my, you know, like when you have a comfort trouser or like bottom or outfit, it's just a go-to trouser that I always wear with any kind of top. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. They're like a linen kind of one, and just the fit of them's great. I love them to pieces. I don't know what the vibe is actually going to be like. I feel like we're all going to be dressing same, but you just never know, do you? Because the chat's actually been quite quiet. But you guys know me as well. I don't really dress up. It's hard for me to dress up, and I feel like, and on the itinerary there are things like out dancing, and I'm like, oh god, I don't do stuff like that. So it's going to be interesting. So I thought I'd just show you a couple of things, a couple of ideas that I'm going to be taking. So I had these shorts turn up this morning from Zara, like turn up, I ordered them, and these are great. I love these so much, but again, they're quite casual. I feel like during the day they look quite nice, but I'm the kind of vibe that if Lawrence and I went out for dinner on holiday, I'd wear this with a white tee and a pair of flats. But that's not going to be the vibe. Let me show you. Okay, so like this is essentially, I'm taking stuff like this. I'm also taking denim shorts with like t-shirts for during the day because it is going to be a relatively chilled hen. She loves things like going out for coffee and pastries and going around flea markets. So I think the day is going to be fine. Let me show you what I'm thinking for evening things because that's the thing I'm most worried about. So these are the trousers that I was just saying about. Love them so much, but I do feel like they are borderline if she's being quite strict about people not wearing white. Is that going to be okay? I'll take them anyway because we've got checked in luggage. I don't just have to do hand luggage, but if I can wear those and it's like okay to do it, that'd be great. So I'd probably wear something like those with, I've got this kind of like midnight blue, dark grey sheer top. So I'd probably wear this with, I need to, when I'm in London on Thursday, see if I can find a nice white bralette. I've got a bralette that it just wouldn't look nice underneath this. Or maybe even like a nice white lacy bra that I can wear under this. But I'm thinking that's one outfit combination I'm going to do. This with those trousers, a nice like gold detail belt. Shoes wise with that, I don't know. I'm really struggling with blisters still from my skin being really thin on my feet from being on Rocketane. So that's going to be interesting. Another outfit that I'm going to do. Oh, this one I'm very excited for actually. So I've got this black silk skirt and it's a midi skirt and I'm either going to wear it as a midi skirt or I'm going to roll it up to be more of like a just above the knee skirt and wear that with, I've got this really lovely, almost like boat neck top which is really fitted and it's from H&M and it's just so good. It looks really chic and I feel like that and that together will work really nicely, even with a pair of flats. These, I need to get a new pair of these M&S flats, but even like a cream pair of flats or these mules. I love these so much. These are old and other stores. I actually got these on Vinted years ago and I love these so much. So I think that kind of like all black outfit would work really nicely. And then another, although I've got a pool in this dress, that's a bit annoying. Another all black outfit I'm going to go for. So I either have a lot of cream in my wardrobe or a lot of black. Is this kind of like lacy satin dress and it looks so good when it's like cinched in with a belt. And that again, with those, I think would work really nicely. I worry if those will look too similar in vibe. But I feel like those kind of outfits will be quite nice, you know? This is the top that I was saying about. I actually haven't worn it yet. I've worn the cream version that I have of this. I bought it in cream and black. But it's this kind of like, it doesn't look like much, but just the cut of it, the material of it, it's stretchy, but it's also like really secure. So you can go braless and you're like, your ladies are still held up. So I'm going to wear that with that satin skirt, like all rolled up. So I think those are the kind of outfits that I'm going for the evening. There's 3 nights and I feel like they're good options. We'll see. I don't know. It's so difficult. Like I said, I'm not really an out kind of person, you know? Okay, and then like day outfits. I'm thinking those Zara shorts that I just shared there with, it's going to be quite warm, but I'm still trying to be really careful about exposing myself to too much sun with being on Rocketane. So I think this is going to be a good top, but I will be really hot. It's going to be a really tricky one to navigate over summer, but this is a really lovely fine. It's quite thick actually. I'm going to take it just in case. I feel like it is potentially going to be too thick, but I do think this paired with those brown shorts will look really good. I also have this really thin long sleeve top from Intimacy, which again is quite nice. That paired with those brown shorts might be quite good, but yeah, I feel like during the day it might be a bit hot to wear those. I might just have to go with the sleeveless and just be really wary, stay in the shade, top up my sun cream all the time, that kind of thing. But I'm going to take those as potential options anyway, I think. The day outfit that I'm definitely down for are these Zara denim shorts. Rate these a lot. I wore them all the time when I was in Zakynthos and they're just turned into such a good staple denim short. They've got like a little A-line kind of fit to them, so if you've got chunkier thighs, which I do, really good. And then I've got this kind of like high neck racer tee that I'd wear with those with, again, this is why I'm a little bit worried about the white, because who wants to wear black in a like during the day in a hot country? But I've got a white linen shirt to put over the top of that, which would be really good for dressing out the sun. So that's another day outfit. And then a final day outfit I got this from ASOS. I feel like this could work as an evening outfit as well, and actually one of the days we're going on a boat trip, so I feel like this one for a boat trip will work really nicely. It's got like a really nice V-bit to the bottom. I'm gonna see if I can get some outfit videos whilst I'm there, and I'll post those on TikTok. Maybe I'll do an Instagram reel of them as well, because I do feel like dressing for hens, abroad hens especially, can be a little bit tricky. So let me know if you want to see that. If I haven't posted that content already, I'll shoot some stuff, and if you guys are keen for seeing it, I'll do that. That's another kind of like day outfit there. I did get another couple of bits as well from the shops. Let me show you those. Okay, not that I don't have enough bags already, but I saw that in Primark and I thought that was a really good, it's got a long strap as well. I thought that was a really lovely, could be day outfit, could be evening outfit bag. So I picked up that. I'm also going to be taking this bag here. I love this. This is a glamorous bag via ASOS. I think that with a pop of colour with some of those evening outfits would be quite nice. This little COS crossbody number, I think you can make it a bit bigger, but like that's just to hold wallet, phone. It actually holds a lot more than you think, but I really love that as well. That's a very handy bag. The final bag I think I'm going to take is this here. I got this, I don't know if you saw the vlog, but my first PR trip to Tuscany, this was one of the gifts that they left in the bedroom, and it's actually the person who makes Hermes and Louis Vuitton leather. It was his villa, and this bag is by that person. I just thought that during the day to throw stuff in, especially like I said, we're going to flea markets, things like that. So I feel like those are my bags that I'm taking. We've got like a fancy-ish day, like evening bag. We've got a day to evening bag, smaller evening bag, full-on day bag. And then I picked up a couple of shoes from M&S because like I say, my feet have been really through the walls at the moment. So I was trying on some ones I think are really going to be comfortable. All of the wide fit ones I love anyway, but those felt really comfortable. And I thought if I take a pair of socks, don't kill me, but I do feel like socks and this together wouldn't be the worst combination if I had to. So I'll take a couple of pairs of socks, just in case, like even a pink pair, would that work? No. I think if you're going to do it, maybe you just do white, right? Or green. Wouldn't be the worst thing if I had to wear those with socks if my feet ended up killing with me. So I picked up those, and then also these, which were super comfy. Brown suede, kind of like platform sandals. Really squishy like bottom. This bit is so soft. So I have big high hopes. I have a lot of confidence for those. So I feel like those, along with that pair of mules and maybe a pair of trainers, are what I'm going to take shoe-wise. I think that's everything. I thought I'd just walk you through some bits. If you're interested in seeing any of like that kind of content, let me know, because I know that I'm mostly a food page, but I do love fashion. I actually was a visual merchandiser for years, and I also was in the beauty space for years too. So all these things do really interest me as well, and I feel like sometimes it's nice to just see other people's styles. So if you want to see more of that kind of thing, let us know. Okay, so I'm going to finish putting these in packing cubes into my suitcase, and then we'll make the cake. Okay, I am now making the frosting for the cake. It's going to be a cream cheese frosting. So I've got some butter, 450 grams, and whenever I do buttercream, I personally like to get it really light and fluffy, especially when it's going to be a cake like this. I want it to look really white. So, oh my god, my hair really needs a wash. Sorry, this is like really greasy. I'm due an everything shower, but essentially I get it into the KitchenAid, beat it for, let me move away from that, beat it for 5 minutes, scrape down the sides, then beat it for another 5 minutes. I've heard people say that they do this like for 20 minutes. I personally find that 10 minutes is fine. That's still a long time anyway. So I'm going to do that. Then I'm going to beat in the soft cheese and then sift in the icing sugar. I also need to pop to Tesco, I think, because I actually don't own any big square or round Tupperwares, and I'm going to need that for these cakes. So we'll get this done. I'm baking a couple of other things. Then we'll go to Tesco as well. Buttercream is kind of there-ish. No, actually it's nowhere near there. I've done the butter, put in the cream cheese. It started to split actually, which is fine. Don't know if you know it, but if your buttercream ever splits, just add a little bit of boiling water and it should bring it all back together. And now I just need to add in the icing sugar. Please tell me if I'm missing a trick with sifting icing sugar, because it is so tricky to me I don't know what I'm doing wrong because I can't imagine everyone else finds it this hard. I mean, I have overloaded the sieve massively, but like, it's such a chore to do this. I hate working with icing sugar so much. It goes everywhere. Normally I just like chuck it in and hope for the best. I want this to be a good final cake for the office, so I'm doing things properly, sifting the bloody icing sugar. I'll be back in a bit. This is why I hate working with icing sugar. It's just such a high maintenance sugar. Like any type of speed on a KitchenAid, it's like, oh, go everywhere. I forgot, but Justine's recipe also has a crumble in the centre of each layer too. So I think I'm just gonna whip up a quick crumble because I do think texture-wise that will be really good with it. So I'm kind of thinking I'll do equal parts butter. I've got coconut flour and desiccated coconuts, that would be quite nice. Some form of sugar, maybe like Demerara sugar would be quite nice with it. So I'm gonna do that. But I'm just putting the icing sugar in the frosting now. I feel like I'm being very negative today, but yeah, frosting, not my most enjoyable baking item. I will avoid it at most costs. I'm just about to assemble, so I've got a Cruze lined here with cling film because the pans that I cooked these in are in the dishwasher. I'm just gonna go in with layer of cake, then we're gonna do the frosting, some lemon curd, crumble, next layer. That's what we're gonna do. About the structural integrity of this cake is an understatement. That frosting is so sloppy. I'm continuing to have faith because I love Justine's snacks. Like, I've followed so many of her other recipes, like things like cookies, some of her sourdough recipes. So I have faith, but it's more just the fact that I'm going to have to transport this into London, and it's so like this frosting isn't going to hold. So I'm chilling it down like no one's business now, and I'll keep it in the fridge overnight. But yeah, I'm worried about how it's going to hold out. I might chuck a few downs in there just because I am worried. I don't want it to be like slopping and sliding. Also, I don't know if actually I need to go to Tesco because I remember that I have a whole stash of cake boxes. So we're just going to put them into cake boxes, I think. I'm going to find one now that will fit the 2 different sizes. So yeah, guys, I'm a little bit worried about it. I think if you're not a baker, this recipe could stress you out quite a bit. But let's see. Let's reserve judgment because I could get to the end and be like, do you know what? The taste of this is well worth it. But so far, the method and like the process and the steps, I wouldn't recommend. Anyway, right, I'm gonna let that cool down. I'm gonna have a shower now as well, so I'll check back in with you in a bit when hopefully we can finally construct the last bit. The only thing that needs to be done now is frosting needs to be put on the outside, and I'm actually going to chill that frosting down loads as well. So I put it into Tupperwares, and I'm going to chill that frosting down, and then essentially coat it in loads of toasted flaked coconut flakes. I have also still got loads of the crumble left over, so I'm going to mix the toasted coconut flakes with the crumble, so it'll be like a crumble edge. I think there's absolute bones to this recipe, and I will probably try and recreate it in a more simplistic version, I think. I'm excited for it, but yeah, sorry. I feel like I'm being very negative Nancy with my baking today, which isn't like me. I apologise for that. Right, I'm gonna get on with this. I'll check back in a minute. Everything shower's done. I've got her out of the fridge. Let's see what this goes like. See there. Oh, there's my microphone. I'm filming this for TikTok as well. Right, I've got my chill down frosting. We have our layered cake here. Essentially, I'm going to put it on here on the cake base. and literally just chuck frosting over it and then pat in the crumble and the toasted coconut flakes. Press that into the outside. I think we'll be okay, but I think I will put some dowels in it just because to transport it, I think it'll otherwise become a sloshy mess. And I just don't want that stress, you know? Let's try. That's one of them done. Now to get that into there, which is always a fun task, but I've got this paddle here. I always find that doing this, you just have to be like super quick. Right, on. Oh. In the box. This is where we need to be quick. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Put that into the fridge. I'll be able to take it into the office tomorrow. It's going to be a fun journey. It's always exciting having to take in a bake and you not know if it's going to actually turn out okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. Right, see you tomorrow. I'll tell you what, guys, I will not miss doing like that journey whilst like laden with like heavy things for breakfast clubs and bakes. Those cakes, I was just so worried about the whole time. I've put them in the bar fridge. Well, I've put one of them in the bar fridge. I think it looks okay. Yes. The other one is in one of the kitchen fridges and I'm going to take that down to the security team once we're done with breakfast, I think, because we're about to do breakfast club. This is a little bit annoying, like I quite like this top, but I feel like, and actually my office manager said it to me as well, this looks like one of those hanger loops from the corner of your eye. Let me show you the final office outfit. A little bit less risky than being in the elevator because we actually have time to do this. This is H&M top here, Zara trousers, and then my trusty M&S flats here. Seeming as I'm going to be going straight out to that butcher's course after work, I thought this was quite a nice in-between nice dinner outfit and office outfit. I'm about to have breakfast club. We're having Leon today, so I'm very excited about that. Ooh, how does it look?
The hash browns are a little bit soggy.
Are they? Nice.
And we also didn't do a fullness time because of the timeline.
Yeah, of course.
We were like, oh, let's
just get an order in and see.
I think we've got too much, but worst case scenario, because I've got more back here.
I've got vegan sausage McMuffin muffin there, avocado halloumi, your classic bacon and egg, classic sausage and egg, and then a load of hash browns as well. It's like a bougie McDonald's, isn't it? Being able to have like a sausage and egg McMuffin. No, not an egg McMuffin. Sausage and egg muffin and hash browns. I made myself a coffee. When are you going to put the hit out, do you think? It's early still.
Yeah, I might do it. I don't want it to go soggy. I might do it now.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'm going to get my other phone to take a video of it. Oh, thank you, lovely. I was a little bit disappointed with that Leon breakfast, but you know, you win some, you lose some. I'm going to put out 11Zs now. I'm so excited to put this cake out. Hopefully it'll be good. Try and transfer it onto this with no catastrophes. Okay, moment of truth. Let's see what the cross-section slice is like. Ooh, okay. I'll take that. Remove the dowels. Very happy with that. Taking my lunch break to go return something to Cos and want to have a little bit of mooch as well. I have been on the hunt for ages for evening jacket when you're on holiday. What do you wear if you're wearing something like a summer dress, a midi dress? I don't want a denim jacket, something chic. Like, is there a cotton cropped utility jacket? Would that work? If you have any recommendations of evening jackets when you're on holiday, or like just in the evening in general with a smart casual look, let me know. I feel like Cos is the place that will nail this. So let's have a little bit of a look. No luck on the jacket front, because I feel like it also needs to be something that matches blue, black, brown and cream, because those are the kind of colours that I tend to wear most, evidently. I think probably a cream colour thing, and I do quite like a cropped length rather than long. Got any suggestions? I'm on the hunt, trying to find something. Right now, back to the office, final few hours. Not quite feeling emotional just yet. I feel like it's going to really sink in next week. I would have had a couple of days off this week anyway for my friend's hen, But when I've got my first full week, not working a 9 to 5, I've literally never had this in my life ever. I've always worked a 9 till 5. As soon as I finished college, I went straight to, what did I do? Oh yeah, so like when I finished college, I was working as a visual merchandiser in True Religion Jeans in Bicester Village, got through that into head office and worked as a visual merchandiser assistant in their head office. Essentially, I've always worked a 9 till 5. I've never known any different. So this is going to be really bizarre. Being my own boss, I'm going to have to, I think, come up with some sort of new routine, I think. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what that'll look like. If anyone is their own boss and they have any tips for navigating this changeover, I'd love to know, because I'm feeling nervous, excited, and I feel like next week it's just going to really sink in, you know? That's it, guys. Pass handed in, laptop handed in. This is it, going full time. Like I've never had this before, and this is such a weird feeling to be leaving when I want to leave, not because I've had enough of a company, do you know what I mean? It's like absolutely mind-blowing. I'm gonna be crying later, I know I'm gonna be crying later, but for now, I'm gonna just ride this nice high. About to meet Lawrence, we're gonna do this butchery class, see how much I can share with you guys. Normally these kind of situations can be a bit like noisy, and I wanna make sure that there's enough information that's gonna benefit you. I'll see, if not, maybe I'll see you tomorrow and I'll give you a bit of a download of what we learned. Let's go meet Lawrence and do this class.
We were sat there. And I was like, well, they don't do good.
This is the pork pie, smoke it in here. This is basically the edges from the pork. This is the best snack I ever had.
They smell incredible. It's not even on the menu. Cheers. Oh my god. I am treating myself to a glass of champagne. Big day, and seeming as everything seems to be okay with Roxane and my blood test coming back okay, I'm obviously not going to drink, but the odd celebratory glass I think is okay. Cheers. It's actually for your birthday, so happy birthday. I kind of wanted to do a butchery course for Lawrence that was more involved, where you maybe take the meat away from you, but you found this one. We love Temper anyway. It's a great restaurant. Really recommend it. I would say it's better for like evening and cozy. For nice sunny weather, it's like down in the basement. It's down in the basement. It's down in the basement. So wouldn't you say like it's better for cozy date night?
Yeah, it feels a bit counterintuitive to be in a basement when it's nice and but it's nice and warm. It's a lovely environment in here, and it's really good because it's so warm because of the fire, and it just feels really conditioned. So yeah,
I do think this is like perfect date night location if you like meat, because it's all about like barbecuing meat and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like this is going to be more like we're going to watch them do stuff. We're not going to be as hands-on. We might not learn anything. It's just like quite expensive as well. I think it's like £200 a person. We're here more for the vibes, right?
sold as a butchery and barbecue masterclass. I thought we would be getting involved. I don't think we're going to be getting involved, but we might learn something.
It'll be fun, regardless. It's a nice little birthday treat.
How is everyone? My name is Tiago Alves. I'm the executive chef at Temple Restaurants. Today we're going to talk a little bit how we do things, how we do it, where the product is coming from. It's really important for us. If you have questions, go ahead, feel free to ask. So we've been working with a gentleman called Charles Ashbridge. The company is called Taste Tradition. All our meat is coming from North Yorkshire. Being a farmer for generations, you will find the quality on the end product. Why fillet? Why the fillet is so tender? Do you know why the fillet is so tender?
It doesn't really do any work.
Exactly. It's called a lazy muscle. So it's a muscle lays between organs. So I'm just gonna follow the bone.
Yeah. This is the burger taco.
Reasonable price.
Yes, yeah, so you have a side section, dessert section.
So
you have
salty.
the grill.
Lovely.
Gochujang with...
Oh, that's a nice one.
Please be careful. This is a bit hot, yeah?
There's definite merits to each different
Good morning, guys. It's super windy, so hopefully you can hear me. Last night was so good. I double checked on the price. It isn't £200 a person, it was £100 a person, which is still expensive. However, what you get with that is when we're sat down, the head chef, I think he was walking us through basically butchering a piece of beef and talking us through all the cuts of it. Then also I said, can we have a go? So Lawrence got up and had a little bit of a go of it as well. It was really like informative and interactive. With it as well, you get a welcome margarita, you get a whole bottle of red wine, and you get a couple of nibbles, which was taco and the cornbread. And then for the mains, you get this like big meat platter, which I showed you as well. And then you get a dessert of a skillet cookie. So actually, I think for £100 a person, that was pretty good. Like, we couldn't get through the meat platter, we had to get it to takeaway. It's quite, I'd say it's a very good birthday date night thing. If you're looking to actually do butchery, no, because you're just watching someone do it. The atmosphere is quite loud, so it's quite hard to hear him at times. So I think it's more of like a theatre showcase rather than a masterclass, because they labelled it as, and I'll put the link below to it, a butchery and barbecue masterclass. I don't think it was a masterclass. Also, we didn't really learn much about barbecuing at all. I think to be a masterclass, you have to be really in the thick of doing it. So yeah, I think maybe if it was named something more like a butchery showcase or something like that, that would be a little bit more accurate in terms of what it is. Something that I think would be quite good is when he's walking through each cut that he's butchering up from the piece of meat, is if you received a dish that was linked to that piece of beef, so you can really understand it and go, oh okay, well that's the kind of cut of beef I like. I think that would be a much better way of running that class. Maybe if we had 6 small plates instead of like 3 starter, main, dessert, if that makes sense. But I do recommend it. When I was thinking it was £200 a person, I was like, this is nice, we're having a lovely time, the atmosphere and temper's great, but it's nowhere near worth £200. There's also other butchery classes. You can come away with all the meat. You don't get that with this, obviously. But then when I realised it was £100 a person, I was like, okay, I think that is more understandable. It's still expensive, like I said, it's a bit more of a special occasion thing, and we went for Lawrence's birthday. So if you know someone who's into meat, into barbecuing, and you just want like a nice date night, would recommend. And I'm just heading now to Liberty. I want to pick up a scent for my friend's hen. I've seen before in Selfridges that there's a Byredo, I think that's the name of the brand, Byredo hair fragrance that I'm hoping I can find in Liberty. And also I want to get her a matching fragrance to go with it, so it'll be like a hen fragrance. That's kind of like my idea. Let's go to the perfume counter, see if we can find it. Do you have the hair fragrance? Oh, amazing. So this here is what I'm thinking of getting. Yes. How much are they each?
£60.
60. Yeah. Like, it's not cheap. This is supposed to be a nice gift.
The bestseller.
This is the bestseller. Which one's this one?
Go.
Okay, bestseller's this one. Oh yeah, that's nice. I think the middle one's so far. Yeah, and that's quite a nice name as well, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, they're all going to be really good, aren't they? So,
Unfortunately.
yeah. Yeah, that is a beautiful scent. Okay, I might do that. So how much are the perfumes?
220 or 50 ml is 150.
Oh, okay, fine. So I might get a smaller one then. So how much did you say the smaller one was?
150.
150 and then 60. So yeah, it's going to be a nice little gift, but I think those together will be a nice little combination. Yeah, we'll go with both of those, thank you. Cheers. She better like this. Back in the room, I thought I'd give you a little bit of a tiny hotel room tour. We've booked the Hoxton so many times before. There's actually a code, I'll put it below for you guys, that, was it your sister that gave it to us? I think it was Samantha, that we got ages ago, and it gives you a really good discount on all the rooms. It's Mel1808, not sponsored, not an ad, not at all. Like I say, we got this code from Lawrence's sister about 5 years ago, and we use it whenever we book the Hoxton. You get a good discount. So we've booked the Holborn one. I do think this room is a bit, what would you say?
Weird. I don't like when someone can open the door and see you. Like,
yeah, there's no like barrier. It's a little bit like echoey. I love the styling of the Hoxton. It is super comfortable. This is the room, and this is what Lawrence was saying about. You've literally just got a door here. It'd be better if there was a wall here and the bathroom, because the bathroom is through here. Obviously there's the issue of water, which is probably why they did it like this, but Lawrence is right. I feel like just to open up the door and there'd be, because if you didn't have the do not disturb thing on and housekeeping came in and you're in like bed, you'd be like, oh, starting bit's nice. So we've got main area here. I'll show you bathroom. Also for the size of the room, the bathroom's relatively small. It's still a nice style. So you've got a nice big rainfall shower there. Good vanity. Lawrence has just been doing some work this morning over in this spot. View is a good one. We do enjoy Hoxton, but yeah, sometimes the rooms can be a little bit functional. What was this, £200?
260.
260, so it's not cheap. So I do feel like maybe it could be a little bit more, you know. We're staying at the Hoxton in New York when we go in a few weeks, so we'll have to see how that one compares. We're gonna go to Blacklock now. They've invited us to go try the new steak and ale pie. It's so lovely to be able to go to restaurants. Lawrence has had Blacklock on the eat list for a really long time anyway. They're supposed to do incredible steaks. So we're gonna head to Blacklock now and see what their steak and ale pie is like. Because I'm going to the event with Cara later, the brief is French Riviera meets Tokyo, and it's an event with Wasabi. And this is the brief that I accidentally nailed. We got Cos, and then it's like an H&M vest, and M&S shoes, M&S bag. So I feel like I accidentally nailed the French Riviera meets Tokyo brief in this outfit. We have made it, and we've ordered the pie that we're here to try, and then we've also ordered a couple of bits. We're actually coming back here, in a couple of weeks? The day before Father's Day, to take my dad here. So it's nice to like scope it out, isn't it, and just see. The vibe's really good, I'll show you. This here is the general vibe. You really like all the sign writing, don't you?
Yeah, when someone's done it properly, it looks really great.
Yeah. Do you think that's handwritten though? Yeah? So yes, we've ordered that, and there's some interesting bits here. We've got the potted meats and kimchi pre-chopped bites. I think that's going to come on a little like puff or something, isn't it? I think. So we've ordered one of those each, £1.50 each. My hair is very fluffy today. The pie, and then we've gone for a steak as well, just because I feel like you can't come here and not have one of their like amazing like bone-on steaks.
They've got 5 steak pies on there, and they'll probably rub it off when they've got rid of one.
Oh, okay.
That's all those things are. They'll get rid of the $5.50 once it's sold.
Oh, that's interesting. So hold on, I'll show you what Lawrence was just saying. So you've got steak and stout pie, and what we think is going to happen is like when they're ordered, they get rubbed off because there's only a certain amount per day that they do. And same with the prime ribs, that frosted glass. And Lawrence has gone for the lemonade cooler, fresher. What was it?
Cooler. They have like lemon sherbet.
We have, these are the kimchi bites and a little cracker. That is a Peter's Yard cracker.
Is it?
Yeah, 100%. I'll have to ask how much the pie is and how much the steak is. I'll get a bill at the end of it to show you guys. I've gone for a Lucky Saint as well. It's really felt like a beer, you know? Like all of the mocktails here look really good, but just, you know, like when you're just craving a beer, will that all fit? Oh.
Really interesting thing.
Lawrence's cooler. Can I try a bit of yours? Ooh.
That's not what I expected it to go. It's nice.
Quite sugary. Cheers. This does look really nice. So I think it's a bit like a rillette with kimchi on top. You're going all in? Very kimchi. You get like the creaminess of the meat at the end, but like the salty fermented bit at the start. Oh, I like that. I think I'll steal that as an idea. We've still got some pots of rillette that I brought back from Paris for you. That's a little nibble. I think that on a volley bomb would be really nice.
So lamb, pork and beef.
You can definitely taste the lamb. Yeah. Kimchi and lamb is a flavour combination actually. That's quite an interesting one. Oh, good. So this is the pie here. I'd say it was £12. Which I think is like, that's really good value. So £12 for that. I just love the fact that they cross out the little pies on the wall. I think that's so cool. The thing that I'd say about this, and we were just saying, because we were, and I was just saying that to you guys, we were going to be coming back here for Father's Day. I really like it here, and it's really starting to fill up. And I would definitely, even without having more food, I would recommend. But we're coming for Father's Day at lunchtime, and it's June, and I think the weather's just hopefully going to be really like sunny and lovely. So I think this is better for an evening spot. It's down in a basement. I'm kind of like jealous about the sunlight outside. Oh, we have the steak. Here we are.
Let's put this over here.
Wow, look at this. Well done for getting that out in time. Look at that. Thank you, my love. Look at this. This has been a very meaty 24 hours, hasn't it? Definitely, I would say that this is a great spot for a really nice meal. But for me, I'd say evening, after sundown. Yeah, it looks incredible. The steak, I just feel like it's being cooked so well. We did say we like it on the rare side, but look at how beautiful that is cooked. If you like steak, put it on your list. I'm glad that we're able to come, and it's like, I'm so grateful for this to be gifted, because yeah, you've had it on this list for a really long time, right? Very good. I've just walked over to Festival Pier and I got the receipt actually from that lunch. It came to like £98 if I was going to be paying for it, which still, I honestly, I'll never get over it. It blows my mind. We were able to take loads of the steak away as well, so Lawrence will have that over the next few days for like steak sandwiches and stuff. I'm just so grateful. The steak was like £57.12. It was the smallest one they did. It was the porterhouse one, so you get fillet on one side and then ribeye on the other side, and more than enough for 2 people, especially if you get some sides like chips, maybe like a salad. Yeah, really recommend. Like, the fillet was super tender and tasty. Normally we just go for things like ribeye because there's way more flavour to them, but there was so much flavour in that. Would recommend, and definitely will return. And I think we are going to change our Father's Day booking actually to somewhere that's just a little bit more in the sun, but if you're after an evening spot, recommend. I can see the boat that we're going to be going on. So this is an event, don't know if I've said it, this is an event with Wasabi. I wasn't actually invited, Cara was invited and she got a +1, and I've said this before on another vlog about Cara. She is the best. Like, I'll link her accounts below. If you love following a food reviewer, she's just brilliant. So like, all of her food reviews of the restaurants that she goes to or bits that she gets like takeaway at home are just so honest but engaging. Love her to pieces. I'm very excited to see her. I still get huge anxiety with things like this. I come across like I'm an extrovert, but I'm a really introverted extrovert, I think, and I'm fine when I'm in the situations that it's nice to know that this is a timed event as well, so it's like 2 till 5 p.m, which again is great. Like, I wouldn't have been able to do this before working on my job. It's just like the perfect storm that Cara was like, oh, I've got this thing, and it was literally the day after I finished my full-time job, which is absolute madness. So I think we're gonna do some like sushi making on the boat. I have no idea. 3 hours is actually quite a long time. Is it quite a long time for an event? I don't know, I'm still kind of getting used to this. So, can see the boat there, gonna head over to the festival, be a bit, see if she's there. I've got 5 minutes before they say that we're supposed to be there, and I feel like we're not actually going to be leaving until 2, but they want everyone to get there on time, obviously. So let me just see if I can find Cara and go to this event.
And I'm going to cut my 6 pieces of sushi, lay it down in the packaging like so, and then the end piece that's not the tail, put it flat so we can see what's inside, right? Beautiful. So then we go in with our teriyaki drizzle, which is very umami, sweet, salty, just all round delicious. And I'm going to just zigzag up and down this roll like so, okay? So then after our teriyaki, we go in with our wasabi and yuzu mayo. So this is one of our new garnishes that we're launching this summer. It's so delicious.
It's like zingy and spicy.
Very citrusy, very fresh. I want to take this home with me every time I eat it. It's so delicious. And we want to sell it on its own.
Can you not?
Watch this space.
Interesting, okay.
Okay.
Is that on like avocado on toast?
So good. So I'm going in again with just a zigzag across the dragon roll. Right, so then we go in with our crispy onions that add a load of saltiness, crunchiness, hence the name Prawn Crunch Dragon Roll. I use these salmon pearls, which is another new garnish we've got. And these are not salmon eggs, right? So they've not been harvested from a salmon. They're a broth made from the carcass of a salmon, which is then turned into spheres.
Are they firm or do they pop like
They
salmon?
pop. They pop.
Hey.
So you can actually try some on their own afterwards.
It's a bit of a party in the mouth, like Flo said, really sustainable. We're not harvesting eggs.
Yeah, cheaper as well.
Yeah, slightly
But more
cheaper.
cost effective.
Yeah.
So then we're just going to do a line of salmon pearl, okay? And then we just finish it off with some chives. Stunning.
Like zigzags.
And don't forget your crispy onions at some point.
It's so broccoli.
It really does taste like roll.
This is our finish on sushi. Here's Kara's.
Will we eat it now?
I always leave seeing Kara just full of the best energy. She is so amazing. If you don't follow her already, really recommend. She's just the nicest person, and I said it before on here that making friends, like real friends, through doing content creation is just something that just I never really considered would happen, I guess. I think you hear such horror stories of people maybe not being supportive, there being maybe like cattiness in the industry, but I just have to say that everyone that I've encountered in any space has just been so lovely, and I consider Kara to be such a close friend now, which is wild considering we've met relatively recently, but I connect with her on such an amazing level, and she's just the best vibe. So really love spending time with her and developing that kind of friendship. You know, it's always hard. Sorry, my hair is absolutely ridiculous today because I didn't have my straighteners with me for staying last night, so I feel like I haven't been able to style it very well. I've literally just washed it, dried it, and it's looking quite, I don't know, Lady Di like. It's always quite hard, isn't it? Making friends as an adult. I remember I struggled with this quite a lot when I had left school and I was kind of moving apart from my school friendship group. My best friend had moved to Australia. I was just really struggling, like making friends really. I was really fortunate that Lawrence has and had at that point a really solid friendship group. I really rode off the back of his friendship group for a really long time. I'd say a good 5 years or so. It was his friends that we were seeing all the time, which is fine, it's nice they became our friends, but I would never see them without him, and I needed those kind of connections. I needed friendships that were just for me, and I didn't have them. I struggled because of that shift in my life and what I was doing. And I remember I went to this one particular gym where I was there, and like one of my colleagues went there as well, and we went to these classes, and there were a couple of other women our age, women, I always find it weird like saying women, but we are women, but there were a couple other people our age there, and we always just like got on really well. And it was at the time like before COVID where you would be in the office 5 days a week, so we would have been going to these fitness classes, boxercise and things like that, at like 6 a.m, and then we were all getting ready in the same changing room area to go to our 9 till 5s. And there was one time, and like we all vibed with each other really well, we got on well at the gym, all that kind of thing. I had said to my friend, who was also my colleague, oh, it'd be nice to see if we could spark a bit more of a friendship, which, by the way, in itself, to say something like that to someone, I think is quite vulnerable, to say, I want to be friends with these people. But I did, like, I really liked them, really vibed with them. I was like, how do we break out of that? We're just getting ready at the gym together. So I always had that in the back of my mind. And then one time, one of the girls was saying to, it turns out to be her sister, but they're like, obviously the two girls that I'm talking about, and she said they were talking about her birthday. She was essentially having her birthday party that weekend. She had her own flat, and she was saying about what time people were going to like be coming over for pre-drinks before they went out. And I said, as a joke, my friend, colleague was like next to me as well, I said as a joke, kind of not as a joke, I was kind of being serious, I said, oh, what time should we be over? And she turned around and she was like, oh my god, do you want to come? And me and my friend were like, yeah, that'd be great. And she's like, well, here's my address, here's the time that we're going to be kicking things off. That interaction kind of just started the whole friendship that I had with one of my biggest friendship groups that I currently have. And I think what I'm trying to say here is that my relationship with Kara was kind of similar in that she was just like so supportive anyway. We're like both commenting on each other's posts all the time, and I think, yeah, I had a +1, and I said, don't suppose you fancy joining me for this? And then it's kind of like developed from there. She then said she wants to come to this Wasabi one. We're then going to be going to a Smeg one in a couple of weeks' time. And it's just blossomed. So I guess my point to this is that if you're like me and you want to build some more friendships and you find someone, I think that's more it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I want to make more friends. It's more that when I find someone that I'm like, I like you a lot. I feel like there could be really something special here. I now just ask the question, do you want to hang out? Do you want to do something? And having these events to go to are perfect because they're a good short amount of time. It's less pressure than going up to someone and being like, oh, do you want to go for a coffee? Because I can understand that can be a bit of a hard thing to do. So if you're like me and you have met someone that you just really vibe and you see them maybe a little bit regularly, but you want to push that friendship a little bit more. Let's say you met them at the gym. Say to them, oh, I've seen this new fitness class that I'm really interested in. Do you fancy joining me on it? I'd like a little buddy to go with. And then hopefully that could like segue you in to that. Inviting someone along to a thing I found has been a really good way of creating new connections with people. So that was just my little brain dump thought there, because I struggled with it a lot and still struggle with it, but there are a few people that I do just meet and I'm just like, yes, you're my person, I love you. Cara being one of them. There's so many people actually in this content space that I feel that way about. Everyone's amazing, and to be creating these kind of bonds with people, it's something really beautiful, you know? That's my ramble done. Thank you so much for joining on a really big week. This is major. Hopefully I won't have to go crawling back to my CEO in 6 months' time saying like, I'm broke, give me my job back. Thank you so much for being here, supporting me, watching my vlogs, because I love these so much, to be able to just have a real and honest natter with you guys. It's one of my favourite parts of the week when I pick up my vlogging camera. It's so good. So thank you for being a part of such a major life change of my life, and let me know if there's anything you want to be seeing from me, good or bad as well. Like if you have any feedback, like, I really don't like this, let me know. Be kind, obviously, but I'm here for all kinds of feedback, good or bad. I hope you have a beautiful week, and we'll see you in the next vlog. See you later.